Have you ever finally had a free day, only to spend it feeling guilty? You tell yourself you'll relax, but after an hour, you start thinking about everything you could be doing instead. The emails you haven't answered, the chores you haven't finished, the goals you're falling behind on. Even while watching a movie, part of your brain keeps whispering, you should be working. So why does resting make some people feel anxious instead of refreshed? And why can doing nothing sometimes feel harder than working? Let's explore the hidden psychology behind rest guilt. 1. Rest was never meant to feel wrong. Your brain actually needs rest. Sleep allows memories to consolidate. Breaks help restore attention. Moments of stillness give your nervous system time to recover. Rest isn't the opposite of productivity. It's part of it. So if rest is biologically necessary, why does it feel so uncomfortable? 2. Productivity can become your identity. For many people, productivity slowly becomes more than a habit. It becomes proof of their worth. Finishing tasks feels like success. Being busy feels responsible. Achieving more feels like becoming more. Without realizing it, their identity becomes tied to how much they accomplish. So when they stop working, they don't just stop producing, they stop feeling valuable. 3. Your brain learns this earlier than you think. Many of these beliefs begin long before adulthood. Children often receive praise for achievements, good grades, being helpful, working hard, winning. Over time, some people begin connecting love, approval, and acceptance with performance, not intentionally, simply because that's what their brain keeps noticing. Eventually, doing nothing starts feeling like doing something wrong. 4. Modern life rewards constant activity. Today, being busy has almost become a status symbol. People proudly say, "I've been working non-stop. I only slept 5 hours. I've been so busy lately." Somehow, exhaustion became something to admire. Rest, by comparison, can start feeling lazy, even when it's exactly what the brain needs. 5. Burnout changes your relationship with rest. Ironically, burnout doesn't always make rest enjoyable. Sometimes it does the opposite. After weeks or months of constant pressure, your nervous system becomes used to operating in survival mode. When everything suddenly becomes quiet, your brain doesn't immediately relax. It keeps searching for the next problem, as if staying alert is now its default setting. 6. Why doing nothing feels uncomfortable. Have you ever noticed that sitting quietly can feel strangely difficult? Within minutes, your mind starts creating a to-do list. This happens because the brain dislikes unfinished tasks. Psychologists have found that incomplete goals tend to stay active in our minds. The more responsibilities you're carrying, the harder it becomes to mentally disconnect. 7. Social media makes it worse. Every time you open your phone, someone seems to be accomplishing something. Starting a business, running a marathon, learning a language, traveling the world. Even while you're resting, your brain sees other people moving forward. Whether those images reflect reality or not, they can create the feeling that you're falling behind. And suddenly, relaxing feels irresponsible. 8. Rest can't be earned forever. Many people unknowingly create a rule. I'll rest when everything is finished. But here's the problem. Everything is almost never finished. There will always be another email, another deadline, another responsibility. If rest depends on completing everything first, it keeps getting postponed, sometimes forever. 9. Recovery is an active process. We often imagine recovery as doing nothing, but recovery is something your brain actively needs. Sleep restores attention. Nature reduces stress. Meaningful conversations regulate emotions. Exercise improves mood. Quiet moments help organize thoughts. These aren't rewards for working hard. They're essential maintenance for the mind. 10. Ask yourself one question. The next time guilt appears while you're resting, Pause for a moment. Ask yourself, if someone I loved worked as hard as I do, would I tell them they didn't deserve a break? For most people, the answer is no. Yet we often treat ourselves far more harshly than we'd ever treat someone else. 11. Rest makes better work possible. Many people believe rest steals time from success. Research suggests something different. Without recovery, attention declines, creativity drops, memory suffers, decision-making becomes harder. The brain doesn't perform at its best by working non-stop. It performs best by moving between effort and recovery, just like a muscle. 12. You are more than what you produce. Perhaps the most important thing to remember is this. Your value isn't measured by your output. You don't become more deserving because you answered one more email, finished one more project, or crossed one more task off your list. Work is something you do. It isn't the full story of who you are, and neither is your productivity. If resting makes you feel guilty, it doesn't necessarily mean you're lazy. It may mean your brain has learned to associate constant productivity with safety, acceptance, or self-worth. But rest isn't something you have to earn. It's something every healthy brain requires, because a life spent constantly producing without ever recovering isn't sustainable. The goal isn't to work less because work doesn't matter. The goal is to rest enough that your work no longer becomes your entire life. And sometimes, the most productive thing you can do is finally allow yourself to stop.